So I'm just going to light a bit of, what's this one? An incense stick. And it's called Angel Healing. I've got quite a few different ones. This is called Angel Healing. What's going on with this dress today? And it's funny because I didn't know that these boxes you get for incense, I'm such a goon. I was sticking it in here and I didn't realise it opened up. I mean, this is a message in itself, isn't it? I didn't realise it opened up and you put it inside, because of course you'd want to light your light up from inside yourself, wouldn't you? Not on the outside. It goes to the outside, but oh my god, I just didn't realise for ages that's what it was for. And it had a hidden little thing here that you put your incense in. But things that are hidden are coming to light, let's say, so it makes me chuckle. Hi, John Kennedy. I've come for a little morning chat just because I feel like it. I have some things to say and I may do something later as well. But as I said yesterday when Rachel Pixie came in, your best intentions are set in the day, because you can get thoughts out and feelings out and you can sort of move through them, or whatever it is that you want to do, to put them aside for the rest of the day so they're not bugging you, which is a good way to do it. So yeah, that's working now. So just going to get my, I'd like to say chakra cup, even though it's upside down, but I have noticed this a lot with certain agendas out there. When they're making things and doing certain things, they're doing it the upside down way, if you get what I'm saying. But that's nothing new. A few of us have noticed that with the rainbow. It's upside down, not starting from the root. So funny that. But anyway, just going to let this cool down a minute. Tea time with Dolly. Oh, we've got 5 flames in as well. It's so mad how people are coming back that I've not seen for a while. Shouldn't you lot be in bed? Good morning. It's past my bedtime, yes. I thought so, because if people don't know, I think you two are Americans. So, yeah, well, you're not sleeping. But I've come on for a little chat because there was a few comments that people left the other day about stuff, and I just thought, yes, well, you know, I can speak on that. And I might be doing 2 chats today, because I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing at weekend, if I can show you anything of what I'm up to at weekend. But yeah, I've put healing, morning with healing, because I did something yesterday and I said I wouldn't tell you till I've done it. Hi National, how are you? And I just put a picture out on my community page, National, of the first convention that I went to, you know, with Roxanne and Mark Sargent and Paul on the plane and loads of people, and it just popped up on Facebook, so I just cropped it because I thought it was good times. And just going off subject now, we're in places and we move from places and we move on from things and we grow and expand. I'm not there anymore in that realm because I've moved on. Some people don't, that's fine, but I like to move on and learn new things. But it was a great time with great people. I'll never forget you from that meetup, inspirational. Yeah, thank you, National. And you came to the chat that we did, the meetup that me and Roxanne, and I've said this before for people who don't know, and I've got to get back in contact with us. Not that we've lost contact, it's just life going on. And we just did that, not knowing who would come. And you were there and you know what happened and you know the bit of drama that was caused. But we know that when you shine in your light, people what caused drama. A little bit of drama, it wasn't that big and it didn't spoil anything. And you know how many was there for a first meetup that we did, that we weren't really sure if anyone would come. And people came from all over, people came from London, people came from Scotland and everything. And it was just such a beautiful thing. And who knows in the future, when certain things are seen, that maybe something may happen on a large scale. Who knows? I don't just mean with me, I just mean who knows. You never know what is going to be held in the future, and it's not going to be bad. Do you know what I mean? I don't see that. But anyway, off subject. So healing. I needed to come and get this out of the way today because it made me emotional last night in a good way. And I was going to come on last night and talk about it, but when you do this sort of work, it can make you feel tired. And I had other stuff that I've got to be doing because I'm up to something this weekend as well. So just to share with you, because sharing is what we're good at. I love talking to people, so I think it is one of my gifts. It might not seem like that for some people, but I know it is. And people have got to realise their own gifts and what they're good at and what gifts they have that, you know, if you shine them a bit brighter, maybe inspiring other people. Because to me, in this day and age, with what's going on now, yes, it's not all about unicorn farts and this, that and the other and the shit going on, but there is that other side of it, of people need to get themselves, hi sleeping warrior, people need to get themselves it's just gone out of my head, a sense of humour as we go through this transition. People need to focus on the self, basically, because that is focusing on others when you're healing yourself, and put some effing joy factor out. You know, there's this duality going on at the minute, and we're seeing it in so many different ways, but one of the biggest ones I see is the misery asses compared to the ones who are more joyful. And that doesn't mean shit's not going on in our lives. It's just we know how to deal with it better here. And why would you want to be uninspiring when what the world needs now is inspiring positive people because of what's happening, and people getting depressed, and then people take their lives when they're depressed, and all this stuff that goes on that I've heard of lately with people around me and friends, and people still don't get it. They still don't look at what they do. They still don't reflect on the stuff that they do. And this is everywhere. And they'll still want to do the dividing thing. They won't look at what gives them joy and think, do you know what? There must be people who love this too, and I'm going to inspire in a way, you know, and give that energy out to people, because I'm just very passionate about it, very passionate. Hi, how now? What, me? I'm very passionate about it. I am very passionate about it. I'm just trying to find... I'm just trying to find something. Let me see if I can find it. Not sure it's here. Right, hang on 1 minute. Just trying to find something. See if I've got it or not. I might not have it in here. Is it here? No. Okay, it's not in here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use that for something else. Anyway, I was just looking for something I wrote in a while back of people spiralling down and people spiralling up. So let me get back into what I was talking about. I'm very passionate about more people being inspiring, about inspiring people, about finding the joy, especially in what seems like chaos at the minute. Why the hell would somebody want to be, anybody out there, want to be putting people in fear, for one, and two, just not putting any compassion, inspiration, joy into anything that they do? Who would want to get up every day in that feeling of shittiness? Even if you're feeling that, that's okay, but then want to just project that every day. You basically start looking and feeling like shit because you are being the shit, if you get what I'm saying, if that makes sense. And I wrote down as well the word, because I thought, I know we can look at words and many different things, but this is just me seeing it as I see it. So many in hostility towards other people. Think about it, hostility. You're holding yourself hostage. You're holding yourself hostage. People hold themselves hostage to different, just a programming. You're holding yourself hostage. You're not setting yourself free. And it's people, nobody is holding you hostage. You are. People, the big problem today is, and the way they've wanted it is, people are not owning themselves. They are not reflecting, and they are taking absolutely no responsibility for their actions, words and behaviours. That's the duality a lot that I see at the minute. And it's a lot of things I've seen that come up, other things have fell away. It's like magically fell away, and I can't even remember who I like to watch sometimes. And there's another thing that goes into this. The things that I'm seeing at the minute a lot more of is inspiring, beautiful souls that are really putting some lovely stuff out, whether that's through the passions of what they love, art and whatever it is, but the way they're holding themselves and they're speaking, they're not going about trolling people, they're not going about speaking ill of people, because when you speak ill of people, you're also speaking ill of yourself, and it does come back. And they're just pumping out the gifts that they have and the energy that they have for life in the enjoyment of what they find in life, which helps other people to find their enjoyment in life. And that's one of the things I've always tried to do. Yes, it is all about control, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about in a minute with one of my, I'm not going to say problems, because we all judge ourselves and we all know we've been programmed, and this is one of the programs, one of the biggest programs I need to get myself out of, because I'm aware. It's not like I'm not aware of certain things in my life, but I don't have to spew it out all over YouTube for people to know. You know, I don't need to do that. But when I feel like talking about things, I'll talk about things. So anyway, going back to healing, because I went a bit off track. Your innocence and beautiful always saved me on a few occasions, and in turn helped my daughter. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, thanks, Nathan. And I know I do this for what, you know, what the feedback I get off people. If I was getting shitty feedback, I'd have to look at myself and think, you know, what am I doing wrong? Why do people... I don't get that. The only crappy feedback I get is off trolls sometimes who don't understand. And it's that thing again that I told someone yesterday that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, of when you shine your light and you know yourself and you know what you're comfortable with and you know what you love and you put that out, people try to attack you and bring you down and bring your energy down because they don't know themselves. They don't know what they want to do, but they see others doing what they want to do, and it's all a big I don't know what the right word is. You could say a hate campaign, but it's not really a hate campaign on the person that they're looking at. It's a hate campaign on themselves, which goes into another comment, because I saw a comment this morning that someone had put up about they saw a woman, and something like the woman said she didn't feel loved, so this person gave them a hug, and then was going on about connection with, you know, we need to be more connected that way. And I said something like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I said underneath, what people need to realise is you don't need anybody to love you. You need to start loving yourself. That will come when you start loving yourself. It's a strange thing, trolls are green, that's why they say green with envy. Exactly. But instead of focusing on others, they won't go and focus on the thing that could help them of doing what they love. But yeah, it's people need to realise, especially now, self-love, and you need to love yourself. That's not being big-headed, that's making sure you're putting boundaries up, you're giving yourself a love, you knowing that you're worthy, this, that and the other, a lot of things I've talked about, and knowing you don't need to be something for anybody else. The right person will come along if that's what you're looking for, when you do love yourself and you're putting that energy out. When you say no one loves you, you're putting an energy out of you not deserving to be loved. So if you're feeling like nobody does, it's probably because that energy is being put out, and the universe is going to give you that back of, you know, there's nobody about for you. If you know, if it's like a relationship sense. And this is why I met my partner and we're doing quite well, because I had 5 years of my own near enough where I was looking into me and realising I am worthy and I am loved by me. And the only person who's ever going to love you the most, people could say family. I'm like, yeah, but the only person that's going to love you most, that knows best for you, is you. Your parents don't, because I'm sorry, they don't. I have a bit of an issue, you know, with the motherly thing, because that is normally a mother and daughter thing, and that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just a lot of people do the control thing. I've spoken about this. My mum knows this. She said it. She laughs about it. She's a beautiful soul, beautiful woman, funny, intelligent, everything. But we still have this bit of a niggle that is dissipating. It's not like it used to be, but it is to do with control. And she even mentioned it once, so she knows, which is good because she knows. But because she's been programmed that much with it, it is hard for her to get out of now at the age that she's at. She thinks she has expectations of me and thinks I should be doing things the way she did it because her mum wanted to do that, and it's the cycle. And that's what we're trying to break. But when you start breaking them cycles, that's when people start getting a bit pissed off. And there's a cycle that, one of my biggest cycles I'm trying to break, is, I'm going to go into it in a minute. And I know this, but it's like the dark side doesn't want me to let go because things are changing. And it knows if I change this thing, loads of new things are going to come in and it's going to make me feel 100 times better. Or elevate me even more. Elevate me even more. But it's like my shadow self knows that, and like, we don't want you to do that. And I'm like, well, I'm going to. I've really got to push hard on this. So I'll let you know what that is in a minute. Sweet dreams are calling me. Yes, go to sleep, and you can always catch up with this later. But I am waffling a bit. But yeah, the only person who's going to love you the most is you, and the only person that knows you is you. And this is why I say, if you ever get people around you, trolls or other people, trying to say things about you, which goes on, yeah, it is hard not to take notice sometimes, but it's not you, it's them. And it's really funny because people will go, know thyself, and it's like, well, yeah, I do know myself, and I know that none of that really matters. And they try and make out that they know you when actually they don't, because the only person that truly knows you is you. Is you. They can't get into your records of you because that's for you. Your stream of the universal stream that comes into you is for you. Yes, we have a collective consciousness, and I think that's where people get a bit confused because they're feeding into, like at the minute, collective fear that's going on, and they think that, oh, someone's this, that, and it's like, no, you've got to know what you're connecting into, because I've done that before and realised it wasn't me. It was a collective consciousness that was going on, and it wasn't me. So it was okay to just like ride the wave of those emotions of whatever it was at the time, but realise also that it wasn't me. If anyone gets what I'm saying, if that makes sense. But anyway, yesterday, I was having 3 girls coming round for Reiki. Now, some people, and if there's any Reiki healers, may disagree with this. That doesn't bother me, and we've got 6 and 9, and that is beautiful because that's like perception of what's going on. It's just changed. As I said it, you can be stood on one side and see the 6, but if you stood on the other side, it'll look like a 9. Now, I believe, this is just me and my beliefs, there's lots of new energy coming in, and lots of things are changing, and lots of things are going to change for the better. We will be taking old ways, but it will be merged with new ways. So I had these girls ask me, my higher self said yes, because there's a tattoo shop that's open near me, and I've got my nose pierced. I wasn't doing it myself this time. And we started talking about stuff, and the girls started talking about spirituality, and then I started talking about Reiki, and this, that, and the other. And they said, oh, can we come? And I said, yeah, because these girls all work together. And I said yes. Now, I know most people say you can't do a group session because, you know, they're not getting as much time on themselves, but my higher self said yes. And it was more of a meditation first, and then a little bit on each, and it was more like a taster. And I knew in my hearts of hearts it was going to work. See, some people would say, well, you're getting 3 lots of energy there, but 2 girls only came in the end anyway, whatever. And I thought, no, because I know myself, and I know we all go on about how powerful we are. We'll know how powerful you are within yourself. Know that you can do it. Don't second guess yourself and let people make you second guess yourself. Know thyself. And I thought, well, the funny thing is, the time I've had on YouTube, especially over the time I've had on YouTube, I've had haters. I still have haters. I have trolls. I still have trolls. It's not like they were. Everyone's in their own soup, aren't they? Which is fine. But like I said, if you don't like, you shouldn't watch. But that has helped me grow as well, because the more you get that sort of energy and the more you realise to just ignore it or not react to it or whatever it is, the stronger you become. And to me, that's a bit like an initiation, which I'm still learning, because the one brilliant thing I have learned about this whole awakening is energy. I'm still learning about energy and how people try to put things out knowing or unknowingly, you know, how you can get rid of that, how you can just not react to it, programming the way you did before. So I believe when these girls were coming, well, I've been through a bit of that to know, you know, because I'm feeling certain energies. And I was talking about energy yesterday before I did this. Thank you. Just certain things where I thought, well, how do we go into the future with people saying you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, when really we have to test things to see if things work? Because I saw it like, say there was something about to go down and they needed healers to help people. I'm just putting it out there. This is just me, my way of thinking. Yeah, a lot of people get jealous of the people ways of thinking. And I thought, right, so imagine if you had not a lot of time and you had to heal quite a few people, but you didn't have time to do that one-on-one because this thing was coming in. I don't know. So me, myself, would be like, right, get here. Get in the position you want everyone in, whatever that is for you, because I do it intuitively as well. And we're just going to go for it. And even if we're battling a few energies here, we're just going to give everybody a little bit of something that could help. That's how I saw it. And I thought, and if I feel like it was a battle, I wouldn't be doing it. But something told me, yes. And nothing was going against that, like, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing it. Because if I got that message in, I wouldn't have done it. But it wasn't saying that. It was saying, do it, try it. Don't second guess yourself, even though you do go to second guess yourself in a sense. But I thought, no, if we know we're more powerful, you wouldn't worry about that, because the moment you go into fear is where that fear creeps in, is where that energy creeps in. So, story goes of yesterday, 2 girls came instead, and I thought, okay, that's better. Because wouldn't it be beautiful if people could come for tasters, because this was face-to-face, by the way, in this room, and then they got a bit of a taster, even though it was a full hour, they got a bit of a taster of the way I did it, and I just went intuitively. I was a bit nervous, but, you know, because I was doing a bit of a meditation. I had to slow down my voice and everything, because I'm quite a fast talker and do all that, because obviously, you know, you can't really talk fast when you're, you know, doing a meditation. And I just went with it. And anyway, because I only have one bed, I had to make a bed bit on the floor and make it all comfortable. The girls came, they hadn't had it before. Oh my God, what an experience. It was so beautiful. And I write them down in my Reiki book, so I know what I said and what the feedback that they give me back, so I knew exactly what I was seeing was what they were seeing and feeling. And I didn't tell them at the beginning what they were going to feel, because I wanted them to tell me, because I didn't want to give an expectation out. Like if I said, oh, you might feel this, this and this, that if they didn't feel it, they'd straight go into fear thinking, oh my God, I didn't feel anything, which isn't the case. You don't have to. People feel things, see things, whatever. But anyway, they lay down, and I am not joking, after about the first 10 minutes, I always say like they went to sleep. And I was talking to somebody, I say, it wasn't sleep. It's a bit like where you go in the other realm where you are conscious. It's a bit like, to me, thinking of like when you're in, I can't remember what they call it, what state off the top of my head, but it's a bit like lucid dreaming. You're aware you're there, and you're aware of like, if I was talking in a bit of a meditation, but you can still be drifting off. But if I said wake up, you'd open your eyes. It's not like you're asleep and you didn't hear me, if you get what I'm saying. So you go, in a sense, you go to the, well, you go to the other realm, right? So anyway, you sort of switch off, go to the other realm, but you're very aware. So I was, because it was a bit different to how I'd normally do it on a one-to-one on a bed, going through the chakras, and I did it differently. And I don't need to go into all that because it's just my intuitive way. I'm just sort of talking about what happened. I was watching the body and I knew certain areas where I could see the energy. I could see the energy hovering over certain areas as well. So I was not making a mental note of that to let them know after. Both throat chakras were pulsing, solar plex, and they were just that relaxed. You could just see them, go. And it was beautiful. So I'm there doing my thing and it was all, watching the body, this, that and the other. Anyway, we got to the end. And I sort of told them at the beginning there would be something at the end where they'd know they could start opening their eyes slowly. And when that happened, they did. So they were aware, but they were deep in the other realm. As soon as they sat up, it was this. They both sat up and went, they'd never had Reiki before, and they both went, oh my God. They were like, I feel so relaxed, and I felt so many things. And they sat in the other, and the other girl said, which was funny, because they're full of tattoos, because the tattoo artists are beautiful young girls, and they are awake to certain things, and they know about certain awakening process and all this, and it's beautiful, and the positive girls. But one of them said, I really didn't think I'd feel anything. I was really thinking I didn't feel anything. Hi, Karen. But she said, but I did. I said, I know you did because I was watching your body. And she was saying, I said, and I was watching your fingers twitching and this, that, and the other. And she said, oh, sometimes I have. She said to me a few ticks and that. I went, no, but you get that. So I still said, I said, what did you feel? So they were going on about what they felt. And she said, as soon as, because I didn't tell them which one I was working on first, or I didn't put hands on, so they didn't know. I wanted to see what they felt. And they said, as soon as, I thought you were at me first because I felt around my head, because I was hovering, I didn't have my hands on the head. You can do hands on and hands off. But I did that on purpose. And she was like, this heat, and then this like cold air sort of thing coming through. And I went, yeah. I said, you can feel heat, you can feel cool, you can feel tingles, pulses. You can start getting water coming out your eyes, like as if you're tearing up or whatever, runs down here. They all got that. Hi Karen, they all got that, and they were like, oh my God. And then one of the girls said, I got tears and I feel like crying. And the other girl said, I feel like crying. She went, I feel like tearing up. She went, I know I'm going to go home and cry. I said, that's releasing, it's energy releasing. And then we had a bit of discussion that I'm not going to talk about on here. She was talking about certain things and I was saying about the solar plex, and then we figured out what that was, and it was a lot of releasing, which a lot of people are doing. And then when they went, I felt like crying, not in a bad sense. I mean, don't forget I had been working with their energy, so I would have felt stuff, but because it was such, I could get upset now, a beautiful experience. And they said, we're definitely coming back, but I said, next time do a single one, because I'll tell you why I think it was beautiful to do double at the beginning. And then when they went, they got a bottle of water, because you need to drink plenty of water after, and they explained a few things that might go on after. You could feel teary, you could go to the toilet a lot both ways, it's just energy leaving the system. And they got a crystal off my selenite, which is for energy cleaning as well, and other things, and they got a little wax melt. So I always try to give something away as well, for them on people's first session. And then the girl who thought she didn't feel anything just went forward and she went, thank you, and she just gave me a big hug. And I was like, you're welcome, whenever you feel like you need it, just book a session in. But what I'm trying to get to the point of what was beautiful was, that I was discussing last night, was those girls had never been for a Reiki session before, and some people get a bit like, nervous, because they don't know what it is, or they're wondering if it's this, that and the other, what the person's going to be like. And we had a chat on the floor, because I was chatting before and we were chatting about a lot of stuff after, making people feel at ease. But I'm a chatty person, that's just the way I am, so I find that easy. So the only thing I was nervous about was the meditation, because I had to slow down. But you know what they both said? Your voice was so calming. I never think that about my voice. Not at the minute when I'm talking fast, but the way I had to slow down, they said, just put us in a state, and it did. So I was chuffed about that, because it was my first, it's not my first sort of meditation. I've done a couple on YouTube, but that's what I felt nervous about. It wasn't the energy clearing, because I know myself in that, and I know my power in that, and I know I can shift energy, and I've got 7-7 in there. Woo! So yeah, it was just beautiful. But like I said, what was good about it was, for the naysayers who might say different, it's because they'd never been before, and some people get nervous, and if it is people who are younger, it could be people that are older, and they're like, oh, I'm not really sure. They can talk themselves out of things, but because they came in two, and I'd call it a taster session, because they even got the energy when it was with the meditation, and then they got like half an hour on each, but I didn't tell them what, but they were together. And I would never do it with people I didn't know. These girls know each other and they work together, so it's different. So if it was like two friends or a couple or something like that, they could come for the taster, where they know it's okay. They know what they're going to sort of expect next time, even though things can come up, but they're going to sort of know how they feel, and that they're comfortable with you. And that's where sometimes people go, oh, I'll come on my own next time, because, I don't think it's weird, and I've met this person too, where someone might be a little bit nervous about going on their own, because a lot of people are like that today, and they have a lot of anxieties. So, because one of the girls said, if they both don't come, I'll come on my own. So she was fine about coming. She lives not far from me, down the road actually, and I wasn't sure if the other girl was coming. There was 3, but then it went down to 2. So I thought, that's brilliant, because there's other things I can do there with meditations now. I've got through the fear of meditations, with something I could do in my community, because this is what I'm saying about inspiring people and putting your gifts towards things. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And everything yesterday with the walk in nature, which I'm about to do in a bit, again, because I want to do another chat about something, and the sunflowers that we saw yesterday, which were beautiful, that someone had just planted there, and it was just a sign that everything was well and abundant, because there's too many people in lack, and they think that we can't all have joy or currency, or what, I don't know, whatever it is that people seem to go in fear about. So that's what was beautiful. So I've done distance Reiki, I do face-to-face Reiki, and I did a double Reiki. And for any healers out there who might think that's wrong to do, you've got to remember, we're moving in new times. There are going to be things that, hi Rachel, that we'll move forward with certain things. And like I said, I tested it to see. It was fine, because I know myself with that sort of stuff. And I knew them girls had a good energy about them as well. If I thought it was somebody who didn't, and maybe I wouldn't have even done it, I don't know. But you've got to remember, there's new things coming in all the time. And I think doing a taster session takes that fear out sometimes for people who are nervous. And it was beautiful. So through my experience of that, I will carry on doing with that if anyone wanted to do that, because it was beautiful and I didn't have any fear about going about it. We've got that 6 and 9 in again. And that's not saying, I understand where people are coming from, but as I said, we're going to new times, and there's going to be a mixture of new things coming in. And a lot of people are moving away from certain stuff, or adding on certain stuff, add-ons that work for them, because people have got to realise what might work for someone might not work for someone else. We're all individual, and someone might not want to do that, and that's fine. I was just talking about a Reiki that I did last night for 2 girls. So you can go back to that. It was really lovely. But I did a session. See, most people say don't do group sessions, but I did it yesterday, because I knew what the outcome was going to be, and the outcome was actually more than I thought. It was beautiful, and I wanted to cry after, and I went to ring my boyfriend, and I was like, oh my God, it was so lovely, because he was coming round later. I was like, oh, it was lovely, like, I'm just emotional because it was beautiful, and I like helping people, and it heals me as well. So I said, and I got so much out of it, and they got so much out of it. Something for you and something for others, service to others, and it was just so beautiful, and it made me realise more what's the word? That even though I'm only taking little steps on my path, and it's my path, no one else's, everyone's on their own path, that I am doing the right thing. And I always knew I was doing the right thing. And it doesn't matter what I personally try to do. If someone felt something that shifted some shitty energy, or it made them feel good after, and it made them feel relaxed, whatever that was, then I know I'm doing a good thing. And the thing is that I always say, the intention I had for them girls, it all boils down to intention. So I'm a bit of a rebel where I don't always listen, because I think my intention for yesterday, that's why I went in the woods, because I went to ground myself and feel that energy and heal as well, and make sure I was getting some loving energy from nature, because I knew I was bringing that in for these girls. And I knew I had to get rid of anything in the day that may have been, this is why I said yesterday, Rachel, when I was saying to Rachel in chat, that set your intentions up in the day so you're not having other people's thoughts and things. That's why I went out into nature, because I knew I had to keep myself sort of cleansed, if you want to say, for those girls coming. And even when I was lucky that I didn't have to pick Finn up from school and he got picked up, and I didn't have him doing his like Tasmanian devil and getting me in a state of like, you know, getting a bit distracted with and all that sort of stuff, I stayed calm all day until they came. Like I said, I was a little bit nervous with the meditation thing, but I pushed through that because I challenged myself a bit, like, you know, you're going to be fine, you know, it's going to work. And, you know, and my intention was to help these girls help themselves as well, to let go of old stale energy that they don't need anymore, you know, and their higher self would know when that energy came in to just, you know, it directs itself, and the energy comes in, the universal energy comes in through me, because it's not me doing it, I'm just a conductor. You know, people can do it, but you do get attunements when you learn Reiki, you know, and you learn a few different things, and it was just beautiful. And it was a bit of a sign, like I said, you know where you're going with stuff. The dream I had 3 years ago that I always think upon of my message in a lucid dream was, you're here to heal like we all are, but you're here to help people heal as well. That never leaves my mind. Doesn't matter what I'm talking about or what I believe in, or what I believe is the truth in certain things going on in the world. The whole main thing is the intentions that I have around certain stuff that I do. Hey, Miss Dolly, long time no see. Nice to see you again. Have a great day. I'm going to sleep after this video. 3:10 a.m. in Canada. We've got the Canadians. We had the Canadian geese yesterday, and then the sun came out. Oh, you don't have to wait for me to go off. I might be chatting. I'm going to be on in a bit as well, but thanks for coming in. So I just want to put out there, I have done distance Reiki quite a few times, and that's beautiful as well. If you don't know what distance Reiki is, if you wanted Reiki off me or somebody else, you know, look into who you want to go with. But if you're in a different country, you can get in contact and have distance Reiki. Yes, there'll be an energy exchange, and that is a currency, obviously. And you have to be open-minded and be open to that, the fact that someone's going to send it distantly, because it's quantum, so it happens when it's sent. You don't actually have to know when it's happening. You know, I could send some now, which I will start doing on my videos. I'm not going to do today because I'm going somewhere. I may do it after. Or you can, with an example of someone on YouTube who may be in chat, I don't know, after that, asked for it and they received it, and they may not be on my other Instagram page because I couldn't get into it because I was locked out, so I had to make a new one, which has changed its name again, because I change it till I like it, and then something's set again, so I'll let you know what that is. Might let you know after. And they got in contact, and I told them what time I was starting it at, and I said, you don't have to be, you know, sitting down at that point. You could be working or anything, but you may be aware of something, you may not be. But I said, but it is lovely if you do go and lie down, so you're relaxed. And I'm not going to tell you what you would be feeling or anything, this, that, and the other. And when this person got back, I think I did it for 45 minutes, and it's just a thing I feel, and when I feel it's done, it's done. They said they felt a heat. I think they said they felt a heat on them, and then they felt that relaxed, they fell asleep for an hour. And I said, exactly. So it was beautiful. So you can have distance Reiki off people if you're in a different country, but you're resonating with someone or you like someone. You can, it's not just me, people who do it. Or if you're in someone's area or you were travelling to see somebody, then obviously you can have a one-to-one with a person, a Reiki healer. Just putting that out there. Oh my God, I can see my aura. You might not be able to, but flipping heck. Woo! And I got some good reviews. One of the girls said, it was lovely, and she said the aura was lovely. She meant the energy, but it's the same thing to me. And then I got a lovely review on my lavender lunar oil, which is, I don't know where it is, off a friend who said it's literally changed her life. And I was like, because it helps her with her sleep. And she actually said the lunar lavender ritual, which is what she meant is she does it at night time and she puts it on and she inhales. I told her to inhale deeply the essential oils, and it helps her sleep. And I'm like, yes, I've got. And then my sister was like, I need some, I want some. She's not actually had any, but I'm going to be making some more of that up. And like I said, I have got a new one in the works. I have got some really beautiful things that are going to be coming for self-love for ladies. I mean, men could have it, but it is based around women. Something that I'm going to launch, I don't know when, I'm not going to say. Really, really cute, really pretty things that will uplift the ladies and will, I don't know, I'm not giving too much away because I've learned about giving too much away and what people are like in other realms of consciousnesses. Sorry, I'm terrible at leaving reviews. I love the lunar balm. Yeah, well, lunar oil, yeah. Oh, we got somebody in. So yeah, I've got to collect all the reviews again because I couldn't get into my other account. So that was beautiful, and all that happened yesterday, like the sun coming out, it's coming out now, and the sunflowers and the girls having a lovely experience, and I had a lovely experience, and things and different bits and bobs I was thinking about. It was absolutely beautiful. So this is what I say about the more you project the positivity out, the more positive things happen. Can you imagine if I went with the intent of, or I'd let a load of energy into me about doom and gloom and worrying about what other people were thinking and doing? Can you imagine the energy I'd be in? This room is very energetic. Like when you walk in this room, it helps because it's full of sunshine. So there's one big thing. And I'm going to be doing a chat on about home clearing, but it's full of light. That's very cleansing all the way around. I do a lot of art in here, and the beautiful things that I love doing, joy factor. So there's a lot of, you feel it as soon as you walk in this room. So imagine if I walked into this room bringing that energy with me. It'd have been like, and imagine if I sat down doing a meditation going, right, so if you do this, can you imagine? So it is quite funny to me that people don't sort of get the vibe of what goes on with your vibes and how you have got to, use different things and release different things and know some of the energy sometimes isn't you, it's other people. What is going on here? Sorry if it's really bright, but not sorry. Anyway, there was that, and I did make a couple of notes to remind myself, but I think I've gone through it. Oh yeah, so I was basically just going to say you need to use your gifts of whatever that is out in the world to, like I said at the beginning, to inspire, heal and uplift people and give people joy. Like I said, in the times we're in at the minute with all the confusion and this, that and the other, we just don't need people who are trying to pull other people down or if you're trying to look at yourself in a negative light, you need to stop judging yourself and you need to start loving yourself, because that's what it's all about. I said at the beginning, no one's ever going to love you the most as you do. No one knows you like you know you. The most person you speak to most likely most of the day is yourself in your head. You can be living with somebody. You can have a whole big family, if you don't get what I'm saying, and you can be speaking to them people, yes, but the biggest conversations every day, every minute of the day is you in your head and what you're telling yourself about yourself. Never mind what other people are trying to say about you. So why would you be warring on the inside of yourself when there's enough war going out the side there, as we know, and especially people attacking people all the time and this, that, and the other because they want people to be the way they are. This world was not meant to be the same, like communists is what they want. You came here from the source, yes, one light, but you came here to be individual, shining that light. I mean, how hard is that to understand? And you have choices every day to make, to either be in the shadow side of yourself or the light side of yourself. If the dark side works for you and you get a lot out of being just a way that really doesn't serve humanity, good for you, because in the end it'll deplete your energy anyway, because it's not, I know we have shadow and light and that's part of us, but if you get what I'm saying in the sense of talking about other things, you normally move from that thank you, you normally move from that to push yourself. Traumas are here to kick you up the ass and move you from which does not really serve you, because which doesn't really serve you doesn't really serve anyone else either. Why would you want to be around a group of people, goes from platforms as well, where people are miserable, the doom and gloom, the drama, they don't inspire, they don't speak well of people, even if they have a different opinion? What energy would that leave you in? I'd rather be around people who, they don't have to have the same perception, because I'm around a lot of people that don't in this world, and I will be this weekend where I'm doing something with friends that, I tell you what, don't have a lot of perception of what I see, but that's fine, because when we're together and we block that out, we have a good time, because these people are good people. But a lot of people are lost in certain ways. I'm not saying they are, I'm just saying a lot of people are lost with certain things where they think they can't be around certain people because they don't believe in this and this. But we all know we're struggling with certain things, and we all know, you know, we're trying to break free from these chains. I'm not totally broke free of these chains, I'm just breaking them chains. There's a few little ones I need to do, which goes into, I'm just going to say this last bit now, and I've got a few things to do before I go on a bit of a wittering in the woods, let's say, because I'm just trying to hone some energy in. So I know, and people have commented in the past, and that's all right, because that's just people putting people down and trying to lower people's energy. Growing up, and I think JCK talked about this, and I totally understand where she's coming from, and there's a lot of women on this chat right now and before that are going to totally understand what I'm saying. Some women may not resonate with some bits, because some bits she may not have, and I'm talking about boobs, not just boobs. Men, don't get all excited, because I know I'll probably get silly comments. Just be respectful and listen to what I'm saying. Men don't suffer from this. I don't think men suffer. Well, I'm not suffering, but you maybe will get what I'm saying. Now, I've grown up, me and my sister. My sister has always been very petite. We're both small. Like she's smaller. She's 5'4". I think I'm 5 foot. No, 5 foot. I'm 5'5". That's not small, but I always thought I was about 5'5.5", and I'm not. But we were born premature for a start. My sister's always been petite, small, size 8, small, smaller. I've always been, growing up from when I was younger, I'm not talking about now, you would say a size 10 with curves, because I've got bubbas. Yeah, I've got bubbas. But my mum was like that. She was a bit bigger when she was younger at school. Then she used to work out and stuff, and she was slim, but she had a curvy figure, but slim. So I took after my mum. My mum's not like that now, because she's lost a bit of weight, too much weight, I'd say, and she sort of gets a bit paranoid about that. But anyway, whatever. So my mum and my sister have always been quite slim. I was always like, when I was younger, it's like a size 10, which is fine. And then as I got a little bit older, I would say I was like, you know, when you're like a 10, 12, but you could say you're 11, you're in between. But then again, I was probably a 10 here, but a 12 here, because it's the boobs, or a 14, because it's the boobs. And I know, like, for example, I put this dress on, for example. I've got a little white dress on. And I've put a little bit of weight on. That's fine. But my boobs put weight on before anything else, right? So when I wear this dress, it hangs from here and makes me look on side massive. But I'm not actually that big. I'm a bit bigger. Yes, I have put weight on. I'm not aware of that. But what I'm saying is, women with boobs, you'll understand what I'm saying. You'll wear a certain something and it can make you look big. And by the way, the camera adds weight on, so I'm very aware of that on YouTube. So when people meet me in real life, they're like, oh, you're not us. And I'm like, no, it just looks like that. And depending on your camera's positioning, like, I've got this on, it's making me look well wide. And it can make me look wider, but if I wear fitted clothes, you see my shape. Even though, like I said, I'm very aware I've put a few pounds on. And I want to release that, but it was something I was thinking about today. But it's just so funny, because what I'm saying is, so my sister was smaller, and I've always had this thing that was drilled into my head, programming. You're too big, you're too big, you're too big. Size 10, size 12. Like, because I had boobs. You're too big, you're too big, you're too big. Ugh. So I used to go out with my sister's friends, and they were all tiny. But little did I know, I only found out quite a few years back, that they all had eating disorders. So where I was thinking they were all like healthy, like they weren't. So I remember, I'm going to be truthful, I remember years and years and years back, this is when I was a lot younger, I'm 45 now, trying to make myself sick because I felt that pressure and that unworthiness of looking at other people, because this is where I'm going with, you shouldn't be looking at other people. We're all different and we all have we don't have to be like everybody else. And then I stopped it and thought, what the hell am I doing? Why would you want to do that? And I know people have eating problems either way, too skinny, too big, too whatever, you know. But we need to find the right medium for yourself. So what I'm trying to say is, I had all that programming of getting told that. So I ate more, because it was comfort food for me, and I've always known that when I've looked back. Because it's like that reverse thing, innit, where someone's telling you that, and then you sort of go, oh, I'll eat then. So, so I was just thinking about that this morning. It's like, we all know, a lot of us, you might not have done, a lot of people, I've seen people, but they've either lost weight in lockdown or they've put it on. I know I've put it on. I'm very, very aware. My boyfriend's put a little bit on, and we just said, we've just got to find something. But to be truthful, we've just been lazy. But we know we want to do it, because it's not just for that, it's for health reasons, because we are getting older, and there's that bit where, yeah, insecurities, there's that bit where, and I'm not doing it for anyone else, it's just that I know I feel better at a certain weight, and the weight I'm at now is fine, but I know I feel better, a little bit more, I might have a stone to lose, I don't know, smaller than I am now, and that's fine, and that's for me. And people go, oh yeah, you look all right as you are, but that's not about other people, that's about me, and I'm fine with that. So no one can say anything like, oh, you have put a few pounds on, or if a troll comes in or whatever, it doesn't matter, because I already know that. But what I'm trying to make the point of, there was that programming, and I was looking up for people. But today I thought, do you know what, in the trinity of all things of mind, body and spirit, which is what we're all trying to get into balance, because you can be all right in your mind, unhealthy in your body, and not connecting to spirit. You need them all firing on all cylinders. So you could be like, I'm a bit like, you know, I'm getting there in my spirituality. My mind's, I personally think it's fine, and I think different ways, but I've also got the mindset of I won't let other people tell me what's what, and I don't mean as in a bad way, I just mean I'll do it intuitively what is good for me, because I know myself. But the last piece of the jigsaw in the trinity for me is my health. But the really weird thing is, it's like my shadow side is saying, no, you don't need to do it. Oh no, carry on eating this or doing that, and programming yourself with. When I was doing intermittent fasting a few years ago, it really worked, and I need to get my programming back into that, because I get on and I fall off. And it's like your ego saying, the shadow side saying, no, you don't want to do that. Why do you want to do that? I feel like saying, we just fuck off, because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep me in the same cycle. I don't want to be in that same cycle of that thing that I'm trying to get out of, because we're all trying to get out of something. I'm trying to break that chain of the food chain, let's say, the weight. And see it as, it jumped in my head this morning, lifting a weight off my shoulders. These will go down a bit. And I thought, yeah. And I know it's through trauma of what I've been told as a child. Not as a child, it wasn't when I was a child, because like I said, I was normal. Growing up to have that drummed in my head by my mother. There's that thing again. And I know that's what it is. And JCK was talking about it the other day, and I think I wrote in the comment, I understand what you're saying, and I know a lot of people will. So I know that the last thing in my trinity is that. And once that's firing all cylinders, I mean, oh my God, you're not going to be able to stop me, can you? Because we all know when you feel better about yourself, it's not about what other people think you look good, or this about you. That you feel good, it's going to elevate you even more. And that's why the saying with, having the Trinity in mind, body and spirit is everything. So I know I need to do that. That's why I'm going for a walk in a bit, because I'm starting off with walks. I may start jogging again, but speed walking is brilliant. But I know there's things that I need to do. And I know I've said this before, but we all know we say things sometimes and we fall off because life gets in the way. When you have got kids, sometimes you're like, thing with younger kids is as well, something can happen, or they're doing something, homework or something, and then that bit of day that you may have put aside gets taken up, and then you're tired. So that's why I said with the intentions in the morning, I know I really need to push myself to exercise in the morning, because then if anything happens throughout the day which you didn't see coming, you've already got it out the way. But it's the deprogramming ourselves from the program that we got, as we all know. So I'm just being upfront about that. It's not like I don't know and I'm not aware. I'm very aware. But it's just figuring out what's best for me. Because you'll get people going, oh, you should be doing this. You should be doing yoga. You should be doing that. You should be doing that. I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I want to do and what's best for me. What sort of stuff I want to bring in. And also, food at the minute. I mean, this is another thing as well. I was saying to someone last night, is anyone having it's not an issue. I don't even know what I like anymore. It's really weird. Like, I want to eat, I don't want to eat, but I don't know what I like anymore. Which is saying, do I need to go on a fast? Because it's like this thing of, I put this out there to someone last night and they said they've been feeling the same. So I know if I've got a thought, it'll probably be out in the collective. Is anybody having, like, toilet situations of, I can't stop going for a toilet for the other one, if you know what I'm saying, and I'm just putting this out there more than ever, and it's like my body's telling me, yeah, you're getting rid of it because it's something you don't need, and it's just really weird. Like I said, I don't know what I like anymore, or I can't be bothered. It's like I just can't be bothered. And then there's that toilet-ish situation going on, and I'm just like, I know it is a cleansing thing. Yeah, you hear me. Just wanted to put it out there because I was speaking to someone last night and they were saying the same thing, and it's just like, if we're changing, things are changing. So your body's going to change with things it likes and doesn't like. And this is why I said it doesn't mither me about eating meat, not eating meat, because if we're supposed to be doing something, it'll naturally just fall away in the right time for people. But I am having a bit of that. And I know it's not going to happen this weekend to try and get into some sort of routine with that, because I'm doing something quite fun this weekend, and I just know when you're having fun, that's not going to go out the window. So I'm allowing myself that, and I'm not judging myself too harshly about that, of like, if you have a day off doing something. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, that someone else's might not be that. Someone else's might be they are looking at their thoughts or something, and they're trying to hone in like how they react to stuff, and they're trying to work on that. We're all working on different areas, and you've always got to go back and look at it and go through the process and think, what is that? And when I look deep-rootedly at, when I was thinking this morning about the food, or when I have put a bit of weight on, or what I felt about myself in the past, was all to do with programming, other people saying stuff and me taking that on board. And as we know, what they do in the media today of putting people out there, models, and getting people confused about the body. But there is also a different agenda, because as much as I'm saying everyone's individual and individual body shapes and this, that and the other, there is also the agenda that they're pushing it too far with certain stuff, like saying it's this is going to sound so contradicting, okay to be massive when it's not healthy, or like when they're pushing the sexuality today with certain pop stars out there that are wearing next to nothing, and someone could say, oh, that's been just a bit, I don't even know what the word is, each to their own. No, it's a sexual thing that they are trying to put out, where women are wearing next to nothing, they're going out in next to nothing, so the children go out in next to nothing, which we all know what's been happening behind the scenes with certain things, with trafficking and other stuff that's been going on, grooming and stuff. That's why they do it, because they put it on TikTok and other places, and they try and put it out to the young ones that it's trendy, so they all go doing it. And then when you look at the world behind the scenes of what's going on, it's like, yeah, so there's a bit of that. Because sexy to me is a woman who could even dress fully covered and pursued that sexiness of the thought of what is under there and not showing everything. Says me, who always has a cleavage, but I can't really get away from it being there, really, because they're there. So, that's one thing. I'm not sat in a bikini top going, yeah. Not that I'm saying anything wrong with sat in a bikini top, but I think you get what I'm sort of trying to say. So, a lot of people out there, ladies, with curves up here, and the women who don't have curves up here, it's not all what it seems like, if you don't, because we can't always wear certain things for looking bigger in something. You could pick a dress up in a size 10, 12, or whatever you are, 14, 15, whatever, around your waist, and you have to get a bigger size up here, so then it still hangs off you. So I'm sure a load of women will sympathise with that right there. It's like having two bodies, because you've got a size up here and a size down there. You could be smaller on top, bigger at the bottom, bigger on the top, smaller. It's bonkers. Or you could be equal. It just depends. But it's mad. And I just needed to express that out of my system, so it's releasing it in the morning, and that is that. Grace Kelly was elegant yet sexy. Yes, and there's a lot of women I look at today, because younger ones do get swayed into that, thinking I've got to walk around the streets with hardly no clothes on, and the fashion that's going on today. I don't do fashion. And I just think, oh yeah, but you could look so much. I'm not saying they do what they want to do, but we know it's put out there for a reason. But yeah, I've seen women who are more covered, or wearing things that are, there's a bit of something, but they look more beautiful. And I want to go through a process of wearing more dresses and long dresses, and just having that really femininity come back, because a lot of women have lost that femininity thing. I'm absolutely sick to death of wearing pants, and all that fashion came in leggings. Been wearing so many leggings in lockdown, but I guess it's been comfy. We all got in the comfy factor, meaning, put a bit of weight on. We're not wearing leggings because, you just sat about the house or in your garden or whatever. But I'm thinking, no, you are going to hone your femininity, and you are going to start wearing dresses. Because I do believe, there's another reason why I believe pants are not that good for women in certain regions. But I'm just saying, might make no sense, but it does to me. But that's another reason why I want to get in shape as I'm going forth in my, let's hone this in, my you thing. I'm not going to call it the other, because don't speak to yourself like that. And to be able to wear some nice long dresses, I think, like maxi dresses or something. I don't know. And how I'd wear them, and, because I still have these. They just will be a little bit smaller than they are now. But I don't know if anyone gets what I'm saying. I'm just wittering on. I've sold fashion my whole life. Love my long dresses, but mine are moo-moos right now. And feminine, I just want to say, oh, Indigo's in. Sorry, I can't see people because the light is hitting the screen. Yeah, boho is so, I love the boho look. That's what I love. I'll be doing the boho this weekend. I'm telling you, going to Middle Earth. I'll tell you about that next week. And I just want to bring it. I'm not saying anyone else has to do it out there. Just say, oh, we've got 9 9 and 13. See, talking about the divine feminine, we've got 9 divine and we've got 13, which is a feminine number. And it just says yes. And I'm just like, I really want to bring that in. I really want to bring that in. Oh, I love it. And I think as well, the thing is, if there's anyone out there who's thinking of getting on their fitness, which I'm about to go and do very soon, I'm going to go for a walk. And you could change your fitness up where it doesn't have to be the same thing every day, so you're not getting bored, because I get bored very easily. I'm a fish, you know, I'm Pisces, I'm everywhere. Is don't be too harsh on yourself. Give yourself a little goal. I'm going to say this out loud now. I'm giving myself Christmas. I'm not putting what the target, well, I might do, weight is, because I haven't even weighed myself. I don't weigh myself, I just go off my clothes. Christmas. And what's good about autumn and winter is you're covering up anyway, and you're in and that and stuff like that. So most people make their summer bodies in winter, as they say. It's a bit easier to get around. Even though we may eat a little bit more because we're, you know, stodgy food and stuff in winter. Yeah, it's not too bad because we're going into that season. Then we can come out in spring and be like, well, hey. You know, people who don't have that problem, that's fine, because you may have different, I won't say problems, but you may have different issues in other areas. But I know, just thinking about that today and looking at the roots of where that came from, I'm like, yes, I know where it comes from. Do you think that because we are earth angels, we need the padding for protection? Why, what was Rachel saying? I think padding, as you would say, it is a bit of a barrier. I know it's a bit of a barrier, but when we say the word, I just thought weight, and then weight has been lifted, and I thought I need a bit of weight. I'm not saying anybody's whatever out there. I'm just saying myself, that's what I've been thinking about. And I think I just need to be at the, I want to use a different word, but it's not come out. Be at the weight that is good for me. Might not be good for someone else. That if I lose too much, it looks totally wrong on me. It doesn't look right. My face doesn't look right. Really drawn. And there's a thing as you get older as well. There's a bit of like you have to have balance in that, because, you know, it depends. Like, you know, on your own body. It's a balance in it. I need to be a bit more balanced in a sense. I know not to go under a certain weight because it doesn't suit me. It looks weird, but I know when I'm out of balance with it, which is what I'm at the minute. So I'm not saying anyone should be doing anything. I'm just saying personally for me, I know this is the last thing I've got to kick into touch, and it's like I'm resisting it. It's like my brain's going, no, you don't want to do it. Sit about, be lazy. And I'm like, no, I need to do this for me. You need to go back. You need to shut up. Because like I said before I go, it's the infighting between the little devil and the angel on your shoulder. Because, this is what I was trying to say, because change is coming, I know that needs to change, but it's like the dark side is saying, no, eat that over there, you'll be fine. And I'm like, yeah, but really here I'm like, but it isn't, because I'm not getting any nutrients out of that. Or, you know, when you've ate that thing, you're like, why did I eat that? I wasn't even hungry, because I've looked at the clock and thought it was dinner time. We don't actually need to be eating 3 times a day. So it is harder when you've got young kids, because you forget, it's the awareness. They might have a snack, and then you might put something in your mouth from that snack. Or if children go, I finished, and they've left a bit on the plate, you might eat it. And it all goes back to the programming of when we were younger, eat everything on your plate. There's starving children around the world. That sort of shit goes on. You know, I must eat everything on my plate. No, you don't have to eat everything on your plate. We are abundant. And people say, yeah, well, there are starving children. Yes, but we are abundant. It's just certain things, the way things have been programmed and what's been done around the world. There's abundance for everybody, and it is coming in. But it's the programming, oh my God. Having young children causes you to pick lots. Yeah, and you've just got to try and like be aware of it. Is the biggest thing of everything, is awareness and consciousness. So, you know, when you catch yourself doing it. But if you do catch yourself doing it, don't bash yourself about it. It's just like little steps every day. Drinking lots of water as well, because I go through stages of that, and I've not been drinking a lot of water. It's mad. She says that. I'm just reminding myself. Because sometimes it's the water we need, it's not the food. And before I go as well, I'm going to pull some cards. Food to me was the emptiness. You fill in a hole with something. A lot of people fill it with different things. A lot of people fill it with food. I've said this before. They fill it with, it could be sexual desires of the other sex, the other sex, because they think it's filling a hole if they are not loved. And that's what the problem is with all of us. And it's like, no, you've got to love yourself. It could be drugs. It could be alcohol. It could be TV. It could be anything, because it's, anything at all. And it's just being aware of that thing. So I'm trying to be aware of that thing that I want to change, that I believe will help the trinity of me, my triad being, is the last thing, because the biggest thing that's always played on my mind every day, in a sense, comes in the way sometimes, is that even if I'm just putting a dress on like today, which fits me, but it's just thingy here, and I'm just like, so I just wanted to put out there, because that's just me being truthful. So anyway, look at this deck. Go beyond the traditional angel tarot decks with this set of 72 angels of the Kabbalah. Some people are going to get triggered. Of the Shem, I can't even say it. And this deck is hilarious, because I'm crap at reading. And these names are like, oh no, the names I'm not going to be able to say them. I'll have to show you them. But what's good about them is there's so many different ones, and they're like the adored God, the God of joy, the honourable God. They're all like, you could say, the aspects of God in angel form, but there's so many, and there's so many different pictures. So I'll have to show these at one point. But what I'm going to do, the gold. So what I'm going to do is, and they've got different things on them. Anyway, I'm just going to do a quick reading for everyone today. Ooh, and it's come out. We've got two. I won't be able to say these names. 5 Swords of Ahil. I know I've said that wrong. Iahel, with my dyslexia. It said, the God, the highest being, well. And it says, desire to know the, oh God, what does that say? The acquisition of wisdom. Well, yeah. Very, very relevant for today. Wisdom. Wisdom is a knowing. It is a knowing. I said that the other day. 6 Swords of I can't even say that, but anyway, you know what I'm like. I've really got to focus. Anauel, and it says the gentle God. Perception of unity. Well, I just said before at the beginning we had 6 and 9 in, which is if you stood on one side you see a 6, the other side it looked like a 9 to somebody. Perception of unity protects against accidents and heals the sick. And I'm just going to do another one, because I like to do a 3. Ooh, 17 likes. Yeah. I had to laugh. There's a guy who does a channel called Beyond the Veil, and he's just done a video before. We've got 4 now, and it was about number 17, if you know what I'm saying, and he was going on about the military and saying number 17 was right, but he's got a bit confused again with stuff of not understanding what the military's doing at the minute and what it looks like. But that's fine. It's good that he's seeing this things that was right, but we all know there's been disinformation and people are jumping to the wrong things at the minute. But that's fine, because the hilarious thing with that guy was, I've watched them on and off. He used to say it was a psyop, and then the other day he put a video up of the picture of Mr. B with the kids, the MAGA kids, and in the background was a box, and he said it was, oh yeah, this picture's real, all right, and that he never noticed that in the background. So 17 was on the box. It's like, we're with you. I was laughing only because he said, which was funny, and people were saying in chat, oh my God, every time I try and get away from that number, it's there. And I thought, because it's a thing. It was so funny. But people are getting a little bit confused with the military. If you remember, if anyone was on the 17 and remembers, and you go back to the past, because future proves the past, it was told about Red October. So some people are talking about submarines. Well, you need to go and research that again. Red October. What's that film? The Hunting Red October? I can't remember what it's called. I was guided for protection over yourself with a golden veil of protection. It's like silk when it covers you. Thank you, Leona. Yeah, I've done a protection today with Archangel Michael. I put that picture up of that as well on my community page. Thought I'd share it again. I do 2 or 3 days of not smoking, then I fall off the wagon. I just keep trying and hoping and praying. Just keep doing it. Find something else as well that could... Every time you feel like that, maybe go and draw, or maybe there's something you could, yeah, you know, distract yourself with. And it's nice to see you in Magma as well. So the other 2 cards I got was 5 Pentacles. Oh, there's different numbers. I thought they were representing the number of, oh no, yeah, it's the number of the card. 5 of Pentacles. I'm not going to say the name, and it's number 7. It says, the forbearing God. Patience, as I've said, is a virtue. Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and industry. And look at the back, we've got we've got the Israeli star there, the Star of David. As above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul, still like the other star, but I'm saying, it's a feminine and the masculine triangles put together. It means quite a lot of different things, but the same. The devil, Samuel, it says the devil, Samuel, see, an angel. Right. Why can I not read today? The sovereignty of God. I don't even know if I've said that right. It says, seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. And that is number, oh, that's not got a number on it. That is really weird. Oh, I wonder if that was the first card then. I'm just getting an energy off that of a lot of people see things as the occult is bad, but because it's hidden, but it just, a lot of things have to be hidden. But there's that subconsciousness as well of when you do look into things and find things, you realise that the world is not what you see, or not what we're told. And when you come into certain knowledge of different things and put into action, you can actually come away from the downfalls of what people will call the devil, which is basically, to me, the lower vibrating energies of, you know, the lusting, the just the negativity of the material world. You can rise above that. That's what was getting off that card anyway. So yeah, I haven't looked at them properly, so I've got to get to know them. And also, before I go, to ground, I just thought, because we need a bit of fun, we're going to have the magic of the unicorns. Ooh. See, oh, let's turn these over. There's some that are already turned over that shouldn't be turned over. Not yet. Oh, yeah, it's one thing I never got into was smoking, and I'm quite glad. We've got, Just been saying at the beginning about cutting chains with things, and when one of the girls came yesterday for the Reiki, she was saying about letting go of certain people in her life. Number 4, uncord relationships. Number 4, let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. You've got to forgive yourself as well, was one of the biggest things. You don't forgive yourself, you're never going to forgive others. Hi Robert, hi everybody who's in. Oh, we've got Missy up there as well. I need a good read. I am not doing readings today, I'm just doing a collective, just a little thing. I said I will do some, but I'm not doing it today. So we've got that, and then what I'm going to do is the sacred self-care, because as I keep saying, it's all to do with self-love, reflecting, knowing what you need to do for you, what's going to make you feel better, healthier, better in your mind, your body and your soul, because that's what it's about, the Trinity, of bringing the Trinity together of mind, body and soul. When they're all firing on all cylinders, more power to you. And it's about bringing the power back. Money isn't about money, it's about the power, but the true power is within us. These people have just used power because they've had money to put the illusion of distraction out and stuff like that, but I think you get what I'm saying. But the true power is you to retrieve that back within yourself. So see what we get out of the cards for self-care. Some tips. Hang on, one's turned over, that shouldn't be there. Not turned over, I mean, was already, oh, just flew over there. Oh, okay, I've got quite a few. These have come up before. Right, we've got disconnected. We've got be still. Sometimes you just need to be still and really tune in to that other place and see what you feel, and know that the other things out there aren't really you by feeling into you. We've got 44, sex. We had this the other day because, you know, some people may be missing out on certain things because maybe they're warring with their partners or whatever because they've got a different opinion and they think they can't be around somebody and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the close connection and knowing it's not about that of what someone looks like, it's about the connection you have, you know. And then we've got write a gratitude list, which I've just brought a new book for something I'll talk about again. Write a gratitude list. Remember to look at the things within your day, at the silver linings. There's something in every day. And the more you do that, the more things are going to change, because you're going to see there's beauty everywhere and there's joy everywhere. You know, and it's a better way of being, and it will help your mindset as well. Beauty ritual, ladies. Treat yourself, make yourself feel good. Paint your nails, do whatever. Wear a flower crown, do whatever, because it makes you feel good, especially in the times that we're going through. And I'm about to ring a hairdresser's up soon because I do need my hair trimming. And then we got 13, which was in before, and divine feminine number, which is connect with the earth, which is about what I'm going to do in around about, well, soon. And I may do a bit of a wittering in the woods in a while. You need to get out. Now, what I'm going to do, when I get down there, I'm going to come live and I'm going to have a chat about something, about nature and stuff. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's something I'm going to bring up about nature. Of what I believe, because I've just seen some really silly rambling and I just think it's bonkers. So I'm going to get my upside chakra cup, and in my head it's the other way around, the inverted chakra cup, and I'm going to have a bit of a chat in a bit. I'm still having a relaxing day because of the energy yesterday and stuff that I've got to get done for something I'm doing this weekend in Middle Earth. Keep saying that because it's hilarious. Yes, Missy, if you do affirmations like Missy's saying, like it's a good day, you know, today is a beautiful day, beautiful energy is flowing my way, anything, your words, say it and say it and say it till you feel it. Like I said, your intentions in the morning are very important because it sets you up for the day. You know, people who stew and stew all day and don't set intentions and this, that and the other, by the end of the day, they're just constantly thinking about things, staying in that mindset. And that's why a lot of people don't move. But I'm going to go because I've got to put some washing on. I'm going to get some stuff to dry for stuff I'm doing. And then at some point very soon, I'm going to be doing some whittering in the woods. And we're going to have a nature chat about something that I'm going to bring up. And all that. And yes. Yeah, I was just saying at the beginning, the agenda that I've seen lately is a lot of rainbow stuff they've been putting out is reverted the other way around. We all know why. I can't turn it upside down the other way. My drink had come out, but I was very aware of that. I was like, how very dare you put the purple at the bottom and put the root at the top. Some people are more in the root, do you know what I mean? That's what they're saying, you're more in your root. You're not in your, but it's a balance. It's a balance. It's a balance. Oh yeah, it's the right way when I'm drinking out of it. Very true. Very well observed. Maybe that's why it's done that way. That's quite funny. Thank you, Missy Ledger, and anyone who comes in, who's been in now and will come in after. But I just have to express this out of my system, of whatever I've just expressed, because then it'll set me up for the rest of the day. Don't know, I've clicked 3 times, but that's what I felt like. So, I shall see you very soon. I'm hopefully going to take my little stand to nature this time, so I can sit facing instead of holding it, even though I'm still going to look like a nutter talking to me stand, if anyone does see me, but I'm not really bothered. I'm getting past all that. So yeah, so I'm going to see you in a bit, and just check out for, I don't even know what time it is. Check out, keep checking, because I'm going to be on in a bit, probably before dinner or something, because I need to go and do this because of something that happened last night, which I might explain in a bit, that I know I need to go out in nature. So I'll see you later. Bye.